The mystery of Nord Stream blast seems to be getting murkier. A new intelligence reviewed by U.S. officials indicates that the attack on Nord Stream pipelines could have been an anti-Russian act committed by a pro-Ukrainian group. According to a report in the New York Times, the group likely comprised of pro-Ukraine nationals of both Russian and Ukrainian descent. The intelligence, however, reached no firm conclusion. The report outlined that the intelligence review found no evidence that the perpetrators responsible for the Nord Stream attacks were acting under direction of Volodymyr Zelensky, Ukrainian president, or his top lieutenants. Meanwhile, Denmark, Sweden, and Germany said last month that their investigations have not been concluded yet. U.S. State Department spokesperson Ned Price said on Tuesday that the United States has full faith of confidence in investigations led by Germany, Sweden, and Denmark.
You reference the investigators, and in fact, there are three countries that are investigating exactly what transpired. Our German allies, our Swedish and Danish partners as well. They've opened investigation into what has happened. Those investigations are ongoing. As we always do, we're going to let those investigations play out before we comment on any potential findings or conclusions.
Meanwhile, Ukraine has denied any involvement in the attack on the Nord Stream pipelines, which carried Russian gas to Europe. Taking to Twitter, Zelensky's top advisor said that Ukraine had nothing to do with the Baltic Sea mishap, further adding that he had no information about pro-Ukrainian sabotage groups. Russia's foreign ministry, on the other hand, has said that the latest report underscored the need for Moscow's questions about what happened to be answered. The Kremlin has further said that the media reports on the Nord Stream attacks are a coordinated effort to divert attention. Further allegations that the U.S. assumes anything about the attack without any kind of investigation. The Nord Stream pipelines that connects Russia and Germany became damaged and a damaging flashpoint last year amid the ongoing Russian offensive in Ukraine. What stands out is the fact that the U.S. is pointing fingers at pro-Ukraine groups. This is not the first time the United States is seemingly throwing their own ally under the bus. Earlier, when missiles hit Poland, Biden had rejected Russian involvement. Instead, Washington had called it a Ukrainian misfire that had killed 2 people. It became evident that the Biden administration is trying its best to bypass any direct confrontation with Russia. Okay, for more on this, we are joined by Bishop Garrison, fellow at the National Security Institute at George Mason School of Law, and former senior advisor to the Secretary of Defense from Alexandria, Virginia. Thank you so much for joining us on WION. So I guess the big question is, will we ever know who was responsible for the Nord Stream pipelines blast?
Thank you for having me. Well, with the new news today, the big thing for all of us to do is just take a collective breath and wait for additional information. We're seeing the Ukrainians are pushing back, saying that they had nothing to do with this. You saw that from a presidential advisor this in the news this morning, as well as their foreign minister. We're seeing that even the Germans who've provided the information say that we need to at least initially take it with a grain of salt, that there's a possibility that this could have been some type of false flag event. So right now, we're still very much in the information gathering phase of this. The United States government and intelligence apparatus is going to have to do a little more digging, getting a little more information before we're able to really understand what this information actually means and the veracity of it, whether or not it's true and can be followed back to a source.
Senator Marco Rubio was very concerned about this leak to the New York Times by the U.S. official at this juncture, at this point in time. Why is it so concerning, do you think, by officials on Capitol Hill?
Well, because it has global political implications. The Russians are already using it to say that it's cover by the United States government to cover some type of activity on our government's behalf. in which they were the ones that actually perpetrated the event. Again, you have the Ukrainians that are in the midst of this ongoing conflict that are pushing back against it. We don't even understand what the strategic value of an attack like this would have been. So anytime we have a leak like this, it can have second and third tier ramifications that the individuals that are providing the information just don't understand. And it could compromise both the ability of the government to secure this type of sensitive classified information, as well as the sources that come from it. You're putting potential sources in danger as well from the collection standpoint. So it's important that we don't have intelligence leaks like this. Excuse me.
Bishop Garrison, thank you so much for joining us on WION. Of course, this is a story we'll be tracking very closely, and we look forward to speaking to you again very soon.
Thank you for having me.